You built something real, a business that carries the family name, pays the bills, and represents decades of sacrifice. And now your son, daughter, or niece wants in. That should feel exciting, but instead it feels complicated. I'm Jacqueline Jensen, a professional EOS implementer here in Georgia. I grew up in a family business. I know what it feels like to walk into a company where everyone knows your last name before they know your work ethic. And I know what happens when the transition goes wrong. Today, I'm going to show you how to bring the next generation into your family business the right way so the business grows, the family stays intact, and everyone knows their rules. Here's what usually happens. The next generation joins the family business with enthusiasm. The founder feels proud. Everyone smiles at the announcement. And then within 6 months, tension starts building. The next gen feels micromanaged. The founder feels like their legacy is being questioned. The rest of the team doesn't know who to listen to. And the family dinner table starts to feel like a board meeting. Why does this happen? Because nobody defined expectations before the transition started. There was no conversation about roles, authority, or what success looks like. Everyone assumed they were on the same page, and they weren't. Here's the truth. Bringing in the next generation into a family business is one of the most emotionally complex leadership challenges there is. And without structure, the emotion wins. And when emotion wins, businesses suffer and families fracture. Before we talk about the solutions, I want to introduce a framework that changes everything. This idea comes from the 3-circle model developed by Tangery and Davis. Every person in a family business wears 3 hats, and the trouble starts when those hats get mixed up. Hat 1 is a family member hat. This is a role you play at Thanksgiving. It's built on love, history, and unconditional relationship. Hat 2 is the owner hat. This is a strategic, big picture role. Who has equity? Who sets direction? Who makes final calls? And hat 3 is the employee hat. This is a day-to-day operational role. What's your title? What do you own in the business? What are your responsibilities? Here's where family businesses get into trouble. People wear all 3 hats at the same time without realizing it. The founder has a performance conversation, but the next gen hears it as a parent criticizing a child. The next generation challenges a strategy, but the founder hears it as a personal attack on their legacy. When the hats blur, every business conversation becomes a family conversation, and it gets messy fast. The fix is to separate the hats deliberately. Define when you are wearing which hat. Keep family conversations in family settings. Keep business conversations in business settings. And build the structure that makes those roles crystal clear. This is where EOS becomes a game changer for family businesses. 3 tools in particular. First, the accountability chart. Not an org chart with names and boxes, but a clear map of every function in the business, who owns each one, and what success looks like in each seat. When the next generation joins a family business, they are filling a defined seat before they sit down. What are they responsible for? What decisions can they make independently? Where does their authority start and stop? This removes the vagueness that creates tension. I worked with a family business in South Georgia where the founder's son joined the company. There was no defined role. He was doing a little bit of everything, which meant he was accountable for nothing. Resentment built on both sides. We built an accountability chart and gave him ownership of operations. Clear role, clear responsibilities, clear definition of what winning looks like. Within 90 days, the tension dropped, he started thriving, and the clarity gave his father more confidence in him. Second, the Vision Traction Organizer, or VTO for short. Succession tension often comes from the next generation not knowing where the business is headed and the founder not knowing if the next gen shares their values, resulting in misalignment of expectations. The VTO answers both. With defined core values, core focus, a 10-year target, and a clear 3-year picture, both parties can see the vision, understand it, and decide to be a part of it. This alignment reduces tension and the risk of resentment. Third, meeting pulse and cadence. The Level 10 meeting creates a rhythm where every week the leadership team checks in on numbers, priorities, and issues. This is where the founder and the next gen wear the employee hat, own their individual roles, review results with the rest of the team, solve real issues, and learn together. Not at the dinner table, not in the parking lot, in a structured, disciplined meeting where the business is business. When you bring the next generation in with structure, here's what changes. The founder can step back because they trust the system, not just the person. The next gen earns credibility through results, not just their last name. The team respects the transition because expectations are clear. And the family stays intact because business stays in the boardroom. Succession doesn't have to be painful. It just has to be intentional. If the next generation is entering your business, or if that conversation is coming soon, don't wait until tensions rise to build structure. Build it now. Define the 3 hats. Build the accountability chart. Complete the VTO. Create a meeting rhythm that keeps business conversations in their proper place. I'm Jacqueline Jensen, and I help Georgia family businesses navigate transitions like this every day. If you're ready to get ahead of the tension, book a free 90-minute meeting. The link is in the description, and if this video helped, hit subscribe. We talk about family businesses, EOS, and building better companies every single week. Thanks for watching.